Welcome to the Ramayan, Stories of Dharm and Devotion. I'm Sandeep, your storyteller, bringing you the timeless tales of Valmiki's Ramayan. Today, we focus on one of the most defining moments of Ayodhya Kanda, Ram's reaction to the news of his exile. This episode highlights Ram's unwavering commitment to Dharm, his humility, and his deep sense of duty. The royal palace of Ayodhya, which had been preparing for Ram's coronation with joy and festivity, was now a house of sorrow. Queen Kaki, manipulated by mantra and influenced by her own insecurities, had demanded her two boons, Bharat to be crowned king and Ram to be exiled for 14 years. King Dashrath, overwhelmed with grief, lay inconsolable in Kaki's chamber. He could not fathom the thought of sending his beloved son, Ram, away from Ayodhya. Kaki, unyielding and cold, waited for Ram to be summoned to the chamber, confident that his obedience and respect for his parents would ensure compliance. Ram entered the chamber, his demeanor calm and respectful. Clad in regal attire, he was prepared for his coronation, completely unaware of the storm that awaited him. Bowing before his parents, he greeted them with his characteristic humility. "Father, mother," Ram said, "you sent for me. How may I serve you?" Dashrath, unable to speak through his tears, looked helplessly at Kaki. Kaki, with feigned composure, addressed Ram directly. "My son," she began, "your father has granted me two boons that I claimed today. The first is that Bharat shall be crowned king. The second is that you must go into exile for 14 years, living in the forest as a hermit." The words struck like a thunderbolt, and the room fell into an uneasy silence. Dashrath groaned in anguish, his grief palpable. "Ram, this is not my wish. Kaki has forced these demands upon me. I am powerless to refuse her, but my heart cannot bear this." Ram knelt beside his father, his expression serene. "Father, please do not grieve. A promise made by a king is sacred, and it is my honor to uphold your word. If my exile fulfills your vow, I will accept it joyfully." Kaki, despite her inner turmoil, remained outwardly composed. Ram then turned to her and bowed. "Mother, I thank you for giving me this opportunity. If this is your wish, I shall carry it out without hesitation." As Ram prepared to leave, he visited Queen Kaushalya. His mother, who had been waiting to celebrate his coronation, was devastated upon hearing the news. Tears flowed freely as she embraced her son. "Ram," she cried, "how can I bear to see you leave? You were to be the king of Ayodhya, the protector of its people. How can this be?" Ram wiped her tears gently. "Mother," he said, "do not grieve. Father has entrusted me with the task of upholding Dharm, not just in Ayodhya, but also in the jungle. The forest, like the kingdom, is part of our duty. I will ensure that peace and righteousness prevail there as well." Kaushalya clung to him, her heart breaking. "The forest is filled with dangers, my son. How will you survive its hardships?" "Mother," Ram reassured her, "the same Dharm that guides us here will protect me in the forest. Your blessings are all I need." Kaushalya reluctantly gave her blessings, though her heart was heavy with sorrow. Lakshman, upon hearing the news, rushed to Ram. His face was flushed with anger, and his voice was filled with defiance. "This is unjust," he declared. "How can you accept this calmly, brother? Kaki has wronged you, and I will not stand for it." "Lakshman," Ram said gently, anger clouds judgment. "Kaki is our mother, and father's promise must be upheld. Our duty is to maintain peace, not create discord." Lakshman clenched his fists, but softened under Ram's calm gaze. "If you are determined to go, brother, I will ensure no harm comes to you. I will protect you, no matter the cost." Ram smiled. "Your loyalty is my greatest strength, Lakshman, but the forest holds no fear for me. My dharm is clear, and I must fulfill it." The time for Ram's departure drew near. The once bustling palace now seemed engulfed in sorrow. Ministers, servants, and citizens gathered, unable to hold back their tears.
The air was heavy with grief as Ram prepared to leave the life he had known. Before stepping out, Ram addressed those who had gathered. My beloved family and friends, do not grieve for me. This is but a journey of Dharm. Ayodhya's prosperity lies in your hands. Serve Bharat with the same love and devotion that you have shown me. His words, though meant to reassure, only deepened the sorrow. Dashrath, too broken to bid farewell, collapsed into unconsciousness as Ram left the chamber. Kaki stood motionless, her heart conflicted despite her resolve. Ram walked through the palace corridors, his steps steady but heavy with the weight of duty. As he reached the palace gates, he turned back for one last look at the home he was leaving behind. His heart swelled with a mix of love and resolve as he stepped into the unknown, ready to embrace his destiny. Thus ends this chapter of Ram's journey, one of sacrifice, honor, and unwavering commitment to Dharm. The seeds of destiny have been sown, and the path ahead is filled with trials that will test Ram's strength and spirit. In our next episode, we will witness how Sita and Lakshman choose to accompany Ram, showcasing the bonds of love and loyalty that define this timeless epic. Join us as we continue this journey of devotion and sacrifice.
Thank you for listening to the Ramayan stories of Dharm and devotion. Please share this podcast with friends and family to keep these timeless tales alive. While we may not know exactly what happened, this eternal story of the Ramayan serves as a guide for how we conduct ourselves in our day-to-day lives. Until next time, may the light of Dharm guide your path.